much for watching our previous video. We decided to do a second one because there were so many questions and we thought, why not answer them and share with you some of our tips along the way. So ID or contractor, and who did we go with? So we went with KM Design. They have a subsidiary that focuses more on HDB, and most importantly, they do not charge GST. I think that's tip number one, because having GST means a 7% markup on every single thing, which is really expensive thinking how much a renovation cost might be. So are they a master contractor or ID? I think we still don't know what they are. We wanted someone that could project plan for us, and that is our number one thing that we wanted. So what's the main difference between a master contractor and ID? To be honest, we don't really know what the big difference is. I guess for the more reputable IDs, they charge a design fee or occasionally that higher markup, and that markup is usually like 10%. Felt that it was not worth it. There are some IDs, however, that offer a very competitive price. So we eventually brought down to two. One which was our master contractor and versus one which was the ID. And the price difference was around 1k, and that wasn't like too much at all. It was almost the same. So what are the deciding factors? Number one, price. So when you decide, eventually you always need to negotiate, or you always need to ask them, at least get the cheapest price that you feel that is reasonable, and you ask them to see whether they can do something competitive. So how to compare prices for IDA versus IDB or contractor A versus contractor B is that you give them a list of items, or at least the things that you speak about is exactly the same. So you can do an apple-to-apple comparison. So chemistry is a really important one. Harry felt that he could work with KM Design more than the ID that we shortlisted. So one thing that really helped us make our decision was knowing what their workmanship is like. So what we did was we asked them to show us their previous projects. There was a company that offered a 10k reduction in price, and we were really tempted, or at least I was really tempted because I'm really price sensitive. So we went down to the house and we saw how the workmanship was like. Everything was like peeling, even though the owner moved in only 2-3 months ago, and we were really like shocked and appalled. And we realized that, okay, maybe that is why they offer a 10k difference. So we decided to just skip that altogether. How much did we spend on our renovation? So we spent around 35,000 on our renovation itself. And the design direction for our house is we wanted something simple. We wanted more like furniture pieces that stood out, hence we do not have much of built-in furniture. I think most of the cost of that 35,000 went to our flooring, which is parquet for the rooms and tiles for the living areas. And for built-in furniture, we actually only have the master bedroom cabinets as well as the kitchen cabinets, and that's all. So what we wanted was a flexible space. So not having built-in furniture really came to our advantage when we bought our little baby's cot. And fortunately, we didn't have fixed furniture like the downlights, like the side tables, as well as fixed bed frame. So we could easily change it out and send it to my mother's place, and we changed to a smaller bed. And we changed the entire layout of the room. Where did we source for all our furniture and electronics? So for our dining table, it was from the Table Guy, and for our coffee table, it was also from the same place. So a bit of a story of our coffee table. We saw a design that we really liked in a designer store, but it was too expensive. So we asked the Table Guy whether they could customize the same piece for us. So our lounge chairs are from Stella Works by a design called Cram, and they have really nice pieces. Small coffee table on the side in the lounge area was from Commune, they have an outlet in IMM, so you can check out some of the furniture there. So the story of this bed is that it is actually from IKEA, but we got it on Carousel. There was someone who was renting out a place and they got it as a bed for that space, but the tenant didn't want the bed, so they had to let go of this new bed. So completely brand new, and we got it at half the price, so very worth it. For our lighting, the track light itself, we got it from Q10 and I carried the track all the way to my house. I took an MRT with it, hilarious. And the box and that cartridge was actually from JB. We went to Tampoi, a very reputable lighting place in JB. So we actually almost got scammed. Every time we took out the light holders, there were some defects on it. So I think one very important thing is to always check. They let you test the box, but they never really ask you to open the box and see the light itself. So always check whether it is in good condition. Our dining lights are from Ezbuy, and all our other lights are all from Xiaomi. We got it off Q10. So I love it, and it's our best buy because you can control it via a remote. Lastly, some tips for the renovation itself. I think don't take your ID or master contractor for granted, or don't take the pictures for granted. Always go down to check your house after every big milestone. So be it after the flooring is done, go and check whether the flooring is okay. After the kitchen cabinets has been installed, go and see how is it. Because if not, it will be too late to rectify once the whole house is done. And eventually, Harry always says this, eventually we are the ones living in the house, not them. They do their job, that's it, it's done. Then, you know, they don't really care at the end of the day what your house is going to be like. And another one is kitchen cabinets. Always get drawers for the bottom cabinets. We felt that it was the best decision ever, so we don't have to squat down and stick our heads inside and dig for items. Everything is all pull-out drawers. And for our kitchen cabinet drawers, we got the brass handles, and we got it off Carousel actually, and we asked the contractor to screw it in for us. Asked us to source ourselves, and he deducted it from our kitchen cabinets. So that's the end of our second video. I hope you enjoyed some of the tips and tricks. And as usual, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like this video. Thank you!